Hello. How are we? Urgent. We love it, urgent. Urgent. Breaking news for you on PSHE. We have a statement from the Minister Gillian Keegan, Secretary of State for Education. So, I'm going to read you through it. Let's see what's going on. This has literally just been released. It's so exciting that things are beginning to happen and move. But we must make sure we get it right. You might have seen a picture of me yesterday. I went to see some big tentacles. It was great. The tentacles of gender ideology. Statement. I have been working closely with my right honourable friend, the Minister for Women and Equalities. For those that don't know, the Minister for Women and Equalities is Kemi Badenoch. That's for those of us that are in the UK, or maybe if you're in the UK and you don't know, it's Kemi Badenoch. I have been working with Kemi on guidance for schools and colleges when a child is questioning their gender. We have always said that this is about safety for children. That must be, that's, you know, the only lens is a safeguarding lens, folks. That starts first before anything else, safeguarding, and then onwards we move. So it appears that that nettle has now been grasped. It is a difficult and sensitive area, and more information is needed about the long-term implications of a child to act as though they are the opposite sex. Right, that's an interesting statement. I don't agree with it by any stretch of the imagination. The information has been there since the 70s from John Hopkins. The information has been there since Cass. The information is, it doesn't take Superman to work out that a child living in a fantasy land based on a cursed ideology is going to make the child ill. Right? You shouldn't be doing a medical experiment and going, do you know, have we any evidence we shouldn't do this? Have we? Have we any evidence that we shouldn't stop this medical experiment? It should be, this is medical experimentation, we're going to stop it. Because we don't medical experiment on children, and least of all in schools, where teachers are diagnosing them when they have absolutely no qualification to do so whatsoever. We also need to take care to understand how much actions affect other children in the school or college. These decisions must not be taken lightly or in haste. I agree, this is very urgent in terms of you can't force other children to lie about reality. You can't force other children to live in another child's delusion, no matter how unwell that child is. No matter how unwell that child is. You can't do it. You don't hold everyone back because one child is not well. Okay? You don't do it. Now, if the child's just LARPing, it's even worse. You don't do it at all. They're just LARPing. So they're either unwell, as in, you know, something wrong with them. They need to get some medical help, or they're just LARPing, which is the social contagion thing, don't realise how serious it is. Either way, makes no damn difference. You do not make other children take part in their delusion. So I can see here that they're saying it should not be done lightly or in haste. And it does make me think to a certain degree, and I'll be interested to know whether you think the same, that they're playing catch up with us. Which shouldn't surprise me at all. I say it all the time to the warrior teachers. What we have to remember is that we are, to a certain degree, so far ahead that most people can't even see our backs in the distance on the horizon. Because this is a process people go through. This can't be true. Is it true? Oh my God, it might be true. So hang on a minute, that bit's true. Oh, this isn't true. My God, it's all true. Bring it to an end! You know, there is sort of a process that everybody goes through. So that might be true in that respect, that we've got Gillian and everybody else playing catch up and trying to understand and cope with the emotional, to a certain degree, shock of recognising how dreadfully moribund and how dreadfully wicked the LGBTQI plus hands, knees and bumps the daisy people are when it comes to all of these queer theory critical nonsense. It is vital that the guidance we publish gives clarity for schools and colleges and reassurances for parents. So we have made the decision to allow more time to speak to teachers, parents, lawyers and other stakeholders in order to ensure this guidance meets the high expectations that these groups rightly have for it. That's interesting, isn't it? Ooh. I'm waiting for your call, Gillian. As if. We spoke to that jester bloke. In the meantime, schools and colleges should proceed with extreme caution. Right, okay, there's the banging line. In the meantime, schools and colleges should proceed with extreme caution. They should always involve parents in decisions related to their child, and they should not agree to any changes they are not absolutely confident are in the best interest of that child and their peers. Teachers in schools and colleges are not qualified in the area of dealing with a child suffering from a delusion or distress or some kind of other mental condition. right? And the biggest problem is they're going to have is they're not qualified in deciding which of the children are deluded, which of them are playing stupid buggers, and which of them might be older pupils, 17, 18 in college, that are actually just playing out a fetish if they've got one, which should be extremely bloody rare, right? Because they're too young to have fully developed a fetish or paraphilia. You know, we hope they're not building on all that nonsense, but that's a possibility. You know, people have kinks, and this involves a lot of kink. So you've got to make sure that the older kids, that's it, the 18-year-olds that are still at college, aren't like proto cross-dressers or proto transvestites, or are watching hypno-sissy porn online and get themselves sissified, as they call it. All this comes into it. So this is a very complex situation. I agree with Gillian on that front. They should prioritise safeguarding. Gillian, we thank you. Why do I get the sensation that you're sat there with like your fountain pen in a really plush office in Burgundy, both wearing it and surrounded by it, and dark wood, and Kem is at the back of your head with a Magnum 44 going, just write this. But it's good to hear from you that you're mentioning safeguarding there, Gillian. They should prioritise safeguarding by meeting their existing legal duties to protect single-sex spaces and maintain safety and fairness in single-sex sport. Boom! 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 This is the face of what's coming. We're getting there. I want to give reassurance of how seriously we're taking this issue and will endeavour to keep the House updated ahead of any developments. That was a statement today from the Secretary of State for Education, Gillian Keegan, from the Conservatives in Chichester. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a very happy Jesters update for a gloriously sunny day. I am now going to go and celebrate by cleaning the kitchen floor. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.